Alright, welcome back to another Group B match. We had covered one earlier with Tom Aquinas versus Twuggle. And for those who don't want spoilers, look away. I'm going to show the results right now. But today we have Philster and Steve. Alright, so as you can see, Twuggle won the game and Tom Aquinas lost. So it's out of Philster and Steve now to see where they place on this tournament. Without further ado, we're going to get into this. And of course, the first game is on Gold Rush. First time we're seeing Gold Rush, and Philster over here, an American, playing as the Hindustanis. Rated 10079 ELO. And over here we have Steve-S as the Cumans, 1057 ELO, and from Germany. So yeah, we're going to speed this up again. We don't have too much to say about the beginning. The main thing about this Gold Rush map is obviously like fighting over the center. There's abundance of gold, treasure trove of gold. So holding the center in this map is quite essential. Of course, guarding the gold, you have the wonderful, strong pack of wolves. 16 wolves trying to stop you from getting that sweet, sweet gold. Now, Philster runs in, starts scouting, and see what he sees here. Start running around, likes the wolves. I think the wolves only attack villagers, right? They're hungry. But let's get rid of the fog. And yeah, we're really starting to get some base building on the go here. I mean, naturally, this match you meant to do. Now Steve is bringing in the elephant. Nice. Sweet. Also, the elephant has been brought in by the Philster. Again, this is Sumanguru Group B, the best of 3 between Steve and Philster. Another elephant goes down. Minimum damage. This other elephant is about to be brought in. Now, Steve is busy, so he doesn't want to use his scout. That's the impression I'm getting, you know. We've all been there. We've all been, you know, quite busy. Again, you know, our resources and stuff. So we don't want to scout because, you know, scouting is for champs. Nah, I'm just kidding, of course. I'm just playing around. Sweet. Nice. So, of course, Philster gets loom and clicks up the feudal. And Steve is busy. Steve is always very busy. That's one thing you learn about Steves. Whenever you come across Steves, they're busy. Now, Steve also gets loom and clicks up to feudal too. So, yeah. Both going up to feudal. Both slowly building up their bases. Ist the feudal set for execution. Alright. Clang of the swords there. Okay, we got some light fighting going on here. Steve is feudal set. What? Did I just miss something? That looked weird. Oh, yeah, I did. They hopped in the town center, so while the villager was lost, it was just a death animation. Looked super weird then. It looked like the villager killed him after he died. And of course, another scout. Steve's scout goes down. So scouts galore. Some more scouts over here now for Philster. He wants revenge on his scout brethren. And look, these bodies have just... They've tried to get the gold, the relics, and they failed. But I have a feeling these two players ain't gonna fail. Because they're still alive, they got horses. Now Philster comes running in. Of course, the pikes were waiting. Does get another kill on the villager. Stops the goat from being pulled back and steals the goat. The goat is being stealed. Stole. And the goat is still going to the Reds base. Huh. Obviously, Phil is quite preoccupied right now. And the goat goes back to the Reds, rightfully. Rightfully so. Right, the town centre now is gonna snipe. No, just misses. Another town centre. They're popping out every year. The zebras just living life. You know, they just want a peaceful life out here. Alright, that was a little, you know, Philster was trying to get up in Steve's grill and try and, like, throw him off a bit. Of course, Steve held out. The stalwart Steve. That's what the S stands for in Steve-S, stalwart. Because you're not going to break the defences. You're not going to get past him. He is a force. I just imagine Steve's ego now just skyrocketing. Unless, of course, he's lost. then it wouldn't, but either way, we're still on here. Game, set, match. Steve has got a lot of space. Pop space. Which is nice. Quite a few overhead. No. And now Philster loses the scout. Now again, Steve has only got 4,000 resources collected. And it's going to be more delayed going into Castle Age. Philster is almost there at Castle Age. I said Steve probably wants to have like 2 TCs, you know, and just slowly boom up. Philster, on the other hand, he's just gunning it. Philster wants Castle Age, and he wants Castle Age now. Question is, where are the 2 buildings? Oh, there's the blacksmith there and barracks, of course. The stables. Alright. And then he goes to build another stables and he's like, you know what? Nah, I'm just going to delete her. It's cute, isn't it? Sorry, I got distracted. Alright, Castle Age is clicked up now for Philster. And Steve is getting his walls up, getting really defensive. Steve is really falling behind here in terms of res collected. And this is going to give a significant advantage to Philster, of course. Now again, we had the first match from Group B, Sumanguru being played with Twuggle beat Tom 2-0. And, you know, current standings as it stands is on the side there. This match is obviously ongoing. Only 2 of these 4 can make it into the knockout rounds. Is he trying to push in his villager here? This is... Sorry, it's just... The way... Normally when I see scouts doing that, it's like when they're pushing deer in, you know? But, uh-oh. The wolf has seen... laid eyes on the scout. The wolf has laid eyes on the villager. And again, the wolves are hungry. T90 haven't fed them for a while, so, you know, they really are starving. But this is going to cause trouble now, because it's going to be a siege push. Forward siege. And how is Steve going to react to this? Oh no. Oh no. Steve loses his spear to the angles. And the wolves are just everywhere on this map. Look at them. The wolves are so hungry. They're killing everything because they want to eat. We all told T90 to feed them. He wouldn't. And now look at the situation which has got our players into. The zebras who are chilling there, well, they ain't chilling no more because Steve is hungry. Steve is eating them. Now this is going to be troublesome here because, again, Philster. The mangonel. There's a big gap. That was a sick trick shot. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, this is a disaster. I really feel sorry for Steve right now, who's losing his villagers. Does manage to get the gate up, but this is rough because the troops are already in your base and they... Oh no, this is super rough. Philster is ready to win right now. Philster wants to win. The mangonels are here. The camels are here. The horses are here. Oh no. Of course, this is why I don't like using the mangonels, because all the time I kill my units with it. So I get super scared with them. But this is really rough right now for Steve. Just hits Castle Age. It might be too little too late because this is looking really rough. Even the wolves are running in. You know, he's been breached, the wolves are running in. Just everybody wants a piece of Steve right now. It's not good. What do you do in this position? Just Steve, you've lost 11 villagers. You have 2 TCs at least. But you're really getting attacked. And Steve comes out. Steve comes out with the spearmen. The step lancers, my favourite unit. Steve defends from this. Way. I really was fearing for Steve then. It was looking brutal. But Steve survives. Maybe that's what the S in Steve's name stands for. Steve survives. And now the Step Lancers come out, seeking vengeance for what Philster has done. Once again, forget the wolves being hungry, these Step Lancers are hungry. However, this Scorpion, that's a nice shot. The Camel Riders are going to chew these Step Lancers up. Now once again there's going to be heavy pressure back on Steve, who also sends camels out. There's a lot more camels here for Philster. Oh, did you see that no scope from the Scorpion? I just took out the villager over here. Now the no scope on the barracks. I'm sorry. I find it funny to just call it no scopes. Now Steve wants to put up a castle over here. Steve's going to need a lot of villagers. Going to need an absolute lots of villagers to build this castle. And this scorpion is just... Oof, look at that. Triple shot there with the scorpion. The castle does go up. Steve is safe for now. This pressure is absolutely constant. Philster really wants this win. Another mangonel comes out. There's a mangonel over here. Stopping the siege workshop from going up. Oh, this is brutal. This pressure again is brutal, really brutal. Philster now has 38 kills, 23 villagers. And there's a gap. There's a gap. And Philster is in. Philster is in. There's a gap. The siege cut through the trees. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or by accident. I'm pretty sure it was accident. But they're in. And this is... I think this is the end. It's going to be really difficult to stop this. Oh no, this... Again, the mangonels piling in. Camel riders piling in. Is this the end for Steve? It's not looking good at all. 35 villagers. The mangonel, the big hit there. It was after the town centre, but it hit the Halbs. And once again, Steve is right up against it. This one pikeman here is slowly chipping away at the mangonel. Villagers are still continuing to die. Steve moves out here to build a town centre over here. And Steve is having to vacate his base at this rate. This is really tough. This town centre is going to go down. And down she goes. Steve is built. Philster, sorry. Wow, Philster is brewing a forward state of foot. I can't talk. There's so much happening right now. Somehow, Philster snuck a villager in here and built a forward siege. Now, the pikemen are here to save the day. Oh, that was a beautiful hit! Philster gets an absolute lovely hit there, and all those took lots of damage. That pikeman did kill the one mangonel, which is going to bring relief. Oh, the mangonels! The mangonels! Oh my god. Sorry, it's the last set of the game I'm recording for tonight, and I'm just, you know... The pikemen are coming through now, and they're going to take out these siege weapons. Now... You get all these camels riders running in. And the wolves. They're attacking from the other angle. Still got elephants. The elephants go down really quickly. Probably should have held on to those for a bit longer. The wolves are gone. And now Philster clicks up to Imperial Age. The resources collected, huge discrepancy between them both. Once again, we're going to find kills. And once again, Philster is all over Steve. This villager somehow saved. There's a forward castle going up for Philster. Steve is trying to build more walls. This is brutal. The villager survives somehow. More camel riders come pouring in. The gate was accidentally open, but Steve is having to buy food. Once again, Philster's killed 50 villagers, and this surely looks over now, as Philster really does flood Steve's entire base. The villager difference, the fact that Phil is going to hit Imperial Age. This is probably, more than likely, sadly about to be called GG. We're just waiting for it. Any moment now. This is so brutal. Steve, a rough kind of, all this pressure was rough. Philster is zu Imperial Zeit Schritten. I'm sorry, I just like seeing it in German and speaking bad German. Well, I say I like to speak German, it's not really German when I'm speaking it really badly. Apologise for that. But, yeah, this is brutal. There's now 109 kills. 111 kills for Philster. 61 villagers dead. And Steve is struggling. No doubt about it. Steve is struggling. Lots of damaged buildings. Steve found one villager over there who we picked away. And this is just calm again. Survives another wave. But it's only a matter of time once more before Philster, yet again, sends in all his troops. Well, in fact, he has none right now, but still. We got 7. Heavy camel riders coming in for Philster. It's Imperial Age. Steve is still in Castle Age and struggling. Again, more villages again destroyed. But Steve just wants to get rid of this siege workshop. Steve just doesn't appreciate it being there. Steve wants to reclaim what is his. Tower goes up. Another castle being dropped for Philster. Bosa. Right, the heavy camel's going to come in now. And this is going to be brutal. And there we go, they get the upgrades. They're now heavy camel riders. And they're just going to shred. More villages exposed. The gate goes down. Oh, yep, the gate's down. And this is it. This is it. You can't survive this. There's even trebuchets out now. Archery ranges. Okay, this is brutal. Steve doesn't want to give up, you know. It is a tournament game after all. Steve does want to fight on. And just try. He is getting lots of kills, but the problem is you're not doing nothing to the enemy and they're just going to continue with their economy. Or you have to really struggle and just hold and wave and wave and wave of enemies off as your castle goes down. And you build another castle. Well, Steve definitely is holding on here for dear life. Can only hold on for so much, though. Once again, as quickly as the castle goes up, the castle will go down. Elite skirmisher now coming in for Philster. Steve is still stuck on Castle Age, and again, this truly is it. I believe this is now the last breath of air. There we go. Steve calls it. Good game. Good performance by both. Steve just got overwhelmed with constant pressure from Philster. Really, really good game. Thank you both. And that's 1-0 to Philster. We're going to be moving on now to game 2. Alright, game 2 is Arabia, with Philster playing as the Franks, a Cav civilization, versus Steve, who's playing as the Lithuanians. Can Steve bring it back to 1-1, or is Philster going to continue to apply pressure and keep it at 2-0? So do you see to the left there, that's the table currently updated. That's how the group looks right now. Steve going a point down, but still not all is left. He might win the last 2 games. Let's fast forward a bit. And Steve was a fighter. He didn't want to give up so easily in last game. And it's tournament settings, so, you know, always important to keep fighting and, you know. Oh, I've been streaming all day today and my throat is shredded. Again, I'm not sure how T90 does it. I'm going to keep trying to cover as many games as possible. I'm not sure how long you need to rest your voice for, but yeah, it's starting to go. I'm just continuing to drink lots of water. But I'm just having so much fun with all of these games. There's so much variety. Just so much stuff happens. Steve brings in his pigs. Now Philster brings in his pigs too and his boars. Alright, we're still fast forwarding a bit, you know, just getting a bit more to the meat. Oh, there's go. Really got down my water there. I say it's probably my fault because I don't drink a lot of water as well, so yeah. Let's have a little look at the placements. Stone. It's kind of okay, I guess. Got the gold protected there. Forward stone, forward gold. And gold at the back. Maybe I might lose my voice today, who knows? This might be the last stream because I'm going to lose my voice. Anyway, both going up to feudal. Can Steve pull this back? Steve takes out Philster's scout cav. Which is quite good because obviously the scout cav is an important part of information. Now, of course, both start to wall up the bases. Steve's walled up already, or fully walled by Steve. Gold in there. Philster's also starting to wall up. Now Steve is coming out with the scouts. Fortunately, going to the side, which is walled up. If he went the other way, maybe it could... Oh, he might still make it in. He does. He does.
Hey.
Now the tables have turned. It's now Steve fighting back at Phil. He walls up his wood line. TC's out shooting at them. It's nice to see some fighting spirit from Steve. The first game Steve really struggled, but as I say, he's not brought her into this game right now. At least he's, you know, really wanting to get out there and fight on. However, seems to be two scout calves got in. Distracted Steve for a little bit. Now both sides are again probing, loitering around, trying to find weakness.
Hey.
This scout is like, I don't want to get involved. Leave me alone.
Hey.
Okay, now he does. Another villager goes down. Steve takes out 2 villagers in total. The bear wants some hugs. I repeat, the bear wants some hugs. Trying to get hugs off Philster, but Philster don't want any. I think that's important why you don't poke the bear. Where are we? I'm lost. Okay, here. Oh, nice. Steve gets 2 good kills. And yeah, you don't want to poke the bear. Because the bear is going to come after you. However, Philster is poking the bear. And Philster is actually winning. No! Okay. And as a reminder, this is how the group currently stands. If it stays like this. Well, and by if I stay like this, I mean if Philster wins. Or if Steve wins, then it'll change, obviously. This time Steve has brought in more resources. Steve kind of looks like he's in a much stronger position this time, which is good, which is promising. Now he's the one on the front foot, which is super nice. Up to Castle Age, he's clicked. Fortunately loses halbs from walking under the TC. Steve's getting a lot of upgrades. Now Philster also clicks up to Castle Age. Definitely gonna go with knights. I mean, obviously and naturally, because, you know, Franks are good with knights and calves and stuffs. Alright, Steve is just right now about to cross into Castle Age. Boom. Now Steve's scout. Yeah. That didn't last long. It really didn't last long. It's like my streaming career. It just gone. Now Steve moves up to 3 TCs. What does Philster see? Okay, Philster's just going around now scouting. This is like a 3-pronged attack. Knights are out for Steve. It's a good old fight, really, isn't it? Phil and Steve. Many a Phil's and many a Steve's have fought over the years. What makes this one unique is, you know, obviously Steve is Steve-S, and Phil is Philster. So, you know, despite the many of eon-old fights between Phil and Steve, this one is really unique. As these knights progress into finding the way inside of Philster's base. Tree line's abandoned. Here we go. There are knights coming out now for Philster. Alright, knights go down. And now Philster's back in the driving seat. Scouts trying to find a way in. Monks come out, start relic collecting. And peace is made again. Another bear comes out. Always got told never poke the bear. However, this is more important. 6 knights from Steve, looking to do some more damage to Phil. Probably, that was a bad fight for Philster. There were 6 knights. There's only oh no. This is super bad. Philster's being driven back. Don't leave them to your monk. No, the monk is confused. The monk drops a relic. Oh no. Oh no. You should have just kept Buddy. Okay, Steve kind of gets confused and a conversion comes in by Philster. Oh, my monk goes down. But this suddenly changes the demographics of the fight because Philster ends up winning. The fact the monk got the conversion. It's really unfortunate. And now you have 2 relics compared to Steve 0, Zilch, Nada. And I like this. Philster's kind of blocking this relic as well. And now the forge siege is being built. Knights, horses, cavalry are congregating. Iron casting is being unloaded. It felt like Steve just had the momentum then, but you know, Philster took a bad fight. And then next thing you know, you should have killed those monks. That's okay. It's easy for me to say anyway because I'm not playing the game, so. And now we're back once again with Philster having just troops around the base. And Steve's only answer to try and make more pikemen. Did I miss something over there? No. Another town centre. 4 TCs for Steve. Oh no, Steve! Well, it's not bad at least, anyway. There's only one scout. It could have been much worse. Town patrol being unlocked. Gold shaft mining being unlocked. The monks healing the knights. Knights galore, scorpions galore. Pikemen galore. Alright, Steve is coming in now. Steve! Sorry, Philster's coming in. Now all the scorpions are just going to unleash hell. It's quite possible there's going to be an overchop here as well, and just Philster's going to start flooding in. Alright, this is a bit of a weird fight. The scorpions might go down. No, because the mass of knights come in, and this castle over here, they do lose 2 scorpions. Now, Steve once again puts up a defensive castle. Are we going to see a repeat of the first game now, where Philster just starts putting lots of pressure into Steve, keeps knocking the door? Seemed like a good target to kill those villagers over there. A monk is lost over there for Philster. Despite them trying to build a wall with the market, there's still a gap which Philster's troops can squeeze through. And now militia are coming out. The militia are coming out. Okay, there's the monk. Are they gonna no, not gonna convert a knight. This is going to be very difficult once again. Now Philster's going to split up and really try and do the best to kill as many villagers as possible. Steve garrisons all of these villages preemptively, it seems like. But these villagers aren't so lucky. Once again, this is a bloodbath. As the knights are into the economy and villages are just going down, down, down. There's even an overchop over here, which... Lots of idols. They all want to mine. They have to wait. There's a queue. They must be the most British things on the map ever, because they queue for everything. But here we go, the dreaded mangonels. Knights still here. The choke points. Which is actually a good fight for Steve. Up until these... If he can hold out for these mangonels, these are just going to get flattened. Here we go. Oh, that was close. The mangonels come in! And look at this! The pikemen get flattened! Oh, such a great engagement. Holding off the pikemen. It was a bad fight initially for Phil. And now this castle. Please don't put down this castle because it's going to be stopped. Unless... Oh! Once again! Phil making... Okay, this is really bad. This is really bad. What's going to happen to this castle? Nothing. Oh no, this is very messy. This is extremely messy. The mangonels are right here. Oh no, they attacked the castle instead of the villagers and this castle's gonna go up. Yikes, so close. Philster was so close to breaking through, yes, so far. And the mangonels go down. There's a forward castle being made for Philster. He's going to be on Imperial Age. Once again, hitting him faster. He's going to have trebuchets. I am really liking the way Philster plays. It's going to be interesting to see the other games as well. You know, Philster versus Twuggle and Tom versus Steve, for instance. I reckon they can be a good game. Conscription is in. Steve does click up to Imperial Age and now is placing stone walls. Or trying to, because there's a little gap which Philster gets through. Steve has been so unlucky with this stuff. Now once again the knights are just chewing for the villagers. And you're starting to really feel and fear. Oh no, there's a huge gap in between these houses. You really are starting to fear the worst for Steve right now. This tribe's going to start knocking down castles. Knights are going to start swaying in. And once they're back into the main economy, I don't think this time Steve's going to stop them. "20 seconds for Imperial Age to come in for Steve. Phil wants to build another forward castle. With just one villager. One villager castle. One villager castle. Philster, stop, please. Militia's out again. In mass. This castle's gonna go down. And this one villager castle proceeds to go up. Now these nice, all these cav chewed for the walls. I think this is now the beginning of the end for Steve, unfortunately. I do not know how you're going to stop this. Once again, your villagers are just getting chewed out. And once again, Philster is flooding inside your base. And this is it. You just lost all your pikemen. This surely has to be it now. This town center is going to go down. And Steve says GG. And it's 2-0 to Philster. What a game. Unfortunately for Steve. Kind of felt like he was missing the magic touch. He got himself into some good places in the second game, but just ended up being overwhelmed by Philster. And what a fun game that was. Again, I say that about them all, but I mean it. Well, great game by Philster. Really enjoyed it. Kill-death ratio was brutal. Again, Philster is going to be, joint first place in this group for now with Twuggle. So I'm really looking forward to Twuggle versus Philster, but also Tom versus Steve. I think is going to be a good game. So stay tuned. That is round 1 over for Group B of Sumanguru. Thank you all so much. I hope to see you again soon, okay? Bye-bye. Have a good night.